What is going on YouTube? Welcome back to the Cardfight Casual channel, and you guys, it's been so long since I made my last video, and I do apologize. It's because I started university, and before university I just had a bunch of stuff to settle. I had camps and things like that, and because of that I really haven't had the time or really much to show, because I also haven't been doing anything with the past few sets. Pretty much BT05 was the last one I had, and I didn't really get the chance to take a video of that. But as you can tell, I am back because I received this box for my birthday that just passed, or is gonna come up soon, depending on when this video is uploaded. And yeah, it's BT06, so I did skip BT05. You guys don't get to see that, but I will be doing a deck review on my Royal Paladin deck and some updates for my Oracle Think Tank deck that you guys will check out, that you guys can see and you can check out in the link in the description or up there at the title card, right somewhere here, probably here. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this video, and let's just get into it. I didn't really choose any clans to play for this one, but as you guys know, this is the AL4 part 3, I guess you can call it, and it's got Hyuga, the Murakumo VR, this guy Bruvas, of course the Silverthorns are coming back, and Masquerade is the other VR for Moderate Phantom for Shadow Paladins. And so just like every other box, you do get this brochure thing for Vanguard 0, which is coming out soon, and you get a pack of markers. I believe these are the Force 2 markers. Let's just give them a look, because I don't think I've actually made a video since Force 2 was announced. But yeah, we get the Hyuga marker. So if you guys don't know what Force 2's, not Force 2, but the Imaginary Gift 2's are all about, these are the second type of gift markers that you can get once you start. When you write your grade 3, you choose whether you want to get the Gift 2 or the Gift 1 version of these markers. And you have to stick with that for the rest of the game, no matter how you get those markers. So things like Witches, things like Moderate Phantom, as you see the skill, they all get the same kind of Force markers. Or the Protect markers in this case, Force markers, and Excel markers. But that's not what you guys came here to see. And here I've got the 16 packs, and we'll see what we pull. I'll probably just run through, I mean the set's been around now, so I'm just gonna run through the rares probably. Silverthorn stuff, you guys can check it out. Here's a new PG for Dark Irregulars, and nothing else but a single rare in that pack, or 2 rares rather. So I haven't done this in a long time, and I don't really open packs as often as I used to. So here is a card called Kurubao, and his skill allows you to rest 2 cards to, I think it's give a unit plus 5k, or revive something from the drop zone that's 5k power, and he's really useful for recycling Shadow Paladins. And if you check out Can You Say G's blog post, he made a cool deck involving that card. And for our VR for the box, we do get a Silverthorn Dragon Tamer Lukia, or Rukia. That's the Kana right there. And she's really good. You can counterblast to an active, put 1 card from your hand into soul, and then call out as many Silverthorn units as you want. And during this turn, your entire front row gets that plus 3k. And for her, during your turn, this unit, if you have, I think, 2 or more Silverthorns on field, or something like that, you get plus 10k. Basically, it's a ability that gives her a plus 10k so that she's not just swinging kind of small and empty. Here is a new front trigger for Murakumo, and reprints for Shadow Paladin. About 4 minutes in, and I haven't really shown anything much. Hard Leg, you guys know what this guy does. He's the finisher for DI. If you have 3 or more of the 3 cards in your soul, 3 different names, then you do get extra. Your opponent has to throw 3 cards to guard for this 1 attack, which is really insane. And it's the prime finisher pretty much. And we just get a couple of rares. I'm not really gonna go through the rares. You guys can check it out if you want to. I'll just slowly kind of go through the cards. You guys can check it out. Pause and read it. If you can read Japanese, this is it's like a combo card with Lukia. This is Doriano. So she allows you to draw a bunch of cards and get back the stuff that you need from the soul. And here is the silver Fox Hound guy. He's a Murakumo card that calls himself, and if you have 2 or more, I think you get some sort of... if you have 2 or more on field, then you get the same amount of power as the Vanguard. So not bad for powering up the field if your Vanguard's really big, and Hyuga has actually been a surprisingly good deck. So I'm just gonna run through these cards. And we get our first double R. This is the Shadow Paladin card that allows you to Counterblast, and I think it's called the other Shadow Paladin card, or something about drawing 1 card and getting 10k if the other one's on field. I think that's what it is. And you'll probably find his counterpart. I think it's a double rare as well. It's the other kind of combo piece, kind of like Bedivere and K for Royal Paladins, but maybe not as good. Or maybe better, who knows. Here's new PG. Oops. New PG for Murakumo's. Grade 1 PG. This is a really good card. If you have at least 2 copies of her in Soul, this is for DI, she gets 10k and she can't be retired by your opponent's card effects. Or maybe not even chosen. I think it just can't be retired. But that is a pretty insane skill. She's a 17k base, and she works on both turns, so she'll be 17k on both turns. So yeah, pretty insane card, and very easy to search out with Brufus. And just a couple of rares. That's a really good card for Murakumo. You can read what it does. And we have another one of these girls, kind of going through, and we have Jiraiya. So this guy is a card for Murakumo. On right, you can draw 1 and discard 1 extra, or put 1 at the bottom of your deck, if I'm not mistaken. So it just helps you to cycle to get the cards that you need. And the other skill is on rearguard, you can counterblast 1, and during this turn, your Vanguard gets plus 10k. I believe that's what it is. So just really useful for getting your Vanguard up to bigger numbers, even though it does cost 1 counterblast. And counterblast is kind of sparse in Murakumo. You might not see very many copies of him. And we get the Alice, or the Alice Nightmare Doll deck build, new playstyle, Workeroids for Pale Moon. And her skill is that when you attack, I think if you have another grade 3 in your soul, or grade 3 Workeroid or something, basically she helps you to accelerate the getting Excel circles. So you actually get quite a number of Excel circles and a bunch of extra attacks. Don't really know the skill, but you guys can check it out if you really want to know. And one more of these, one more PG. Try not to make this video too long. So this girl, I didn't really get a chance to talk to her when she came out before, but she's a really, really good card for DI as well. It's one of those cards that you have to watch out for. So her skill is that if you have, you can rest her and put a card from your damage zone or your drop zone into the soul. Really useful for getting those cards if they accidentally go to the drop zone or the damage zone to fulfill those 3 of a kind requirements that Brufus will need, and Hard Leg as well. And her skill is that after you do that, if you put 1 from the damage zone, you take 1 damage face down, so you don't get the counter charge. But if you have 3 more copies, I think if you have 3 copies of her in Soul, she stands and you get a counter charge 1 anyway. So basically she helps utility to shove things back into the Soul. And if you're on Brufus, you just call her out, Brufus skill, put 3 of her in the Soul, and then you've got a free counter charger, and you've got a free drop zone kind of retrieval card, and it's really, really good. And I did get this card, which I didn't really talk about, Hyaki Vogue. So Hyaki Vogue, let me just put this here, is a Murakumo card, and his skill is that you can counterblast 1 once a turn, Vanguard or Rearguard, discard 1 card from your hand, search for another Hyaki Vogue, and for that turn, all the units of the same name as him gets plus 10,000 power. So if you time it right, you can use him in combination with Hyuga and just plus 10k to your entire field, and it's pretty insane. So yeah, really good card to get right there. Sort out the rares. And here we have the other card for Pale Moon. So this is not a Silverthorn unit, but I think she allows you to draw 1 and soul charge 1 from the soul. When you ride her, it does something. This is kind of like the alternate playstyle. I believe this is support for Gun Salute Dragon. So if anybody's trying the Gun Salute Dragon deck, I think this is the combo piece. Gives the Vanguard that rides on top another 10k for your Gun Salute's guard restrict, and allows you to draw 1, kind of a small bit of recovery. Nothing too impressive, but a fun gimmick nonetheless. Just a few more packs here. Try not to dwell. Also here, you've probably seen a bunch of these so far, but these are the squirrels or ferrets or something it is. I can't remember what the names were, but this guy basically gives 2k to other weasels. That's what it's called. So all the other weasels on the field get plus 2k. So anything with the weasel name somewhere here, something mysterious, something or other, and they get plus 2k, and they all stack up, which makes the deck really able to rush really fast and even to recover, because there's a card that helps you to search out these weasels from your deck, thin your deck, get tokens. It's probably one of the best budget decks out there at this moment, possible to get like top 4 or even win some tournaments with that. Yeah, but it's kind of susceptible to mass retire, so if you do play against something like Kagero, if it's still around, or Shadow Paladin, if they're running PBD, or basically anything that retires or binds like Narukami, you might have kind of a more difficult time. And here's the other kind of weasel. He gives intercept to all your weasels. And here is another card for Dark Irregulars. Don't really know what this guy does. I think he allows you to counterblast 1 to put him in soul when he guards or is called on rearguard, or when he retired from rearguard or from soul, from Guardian Circle. You can counterblast 1, shove him into soul, and from the soul, he does something or other that lets you draw a card. I think if you bind him from the soul, then you can draw a card. I believe that's his skill. Again, something that's not really widely played, just because it doesn't really have as much use, because in Dark Irregulars you want to have 4 of the same kind, so techs don't really work that often. So just another couple of cards here. Some really good retrieval for Dark Irregulars and the PG. And for the last 2 packs, we have... This is the new starter for the Silver Thorns. Pretty interesting, kind of cute. And some vanillas. And we have Yellow Bolt. So Yellow Bolt's a really good card. Yellow Bolt is a fan favorite that's coming back. His skill that allows you to Soul Charge 2 is still active if your opponent is grade 2 or higher. I think that's your opponent, or if you are grade 2 or higher, then you can Soul Charge 2 when he attacks. I think it is... Oh, sorry, you Soul Charge 1 when he attacks, and he gets plus 5k all the time during the battle. And then on the rear guard, when you ride on top of him, you can Soul Charge 2. So he's just that kind of accelerating your Soul Charges for DI. Really useful for getting those cards into Soul, shoving them into Soul, so to activate your Brewfast faster. And last of all, we have this guy. It's a Dark Irregulars card, and he's support for Denatarian. So he gets, I think, 2000 shield if you got him with him from Soul, or if you have 20 or more Soul, I think that's the requirement. He is a 20k shield, and if you got him from Soul. So just another grade 3 to be running with Denatarian if you want to play a hyper defensive version of DI, but DI at this point is kind of a hyper offensive deck with Brewfast and Hardleg, so that's probably the one that you'll find more commonly. So we're just going to go through what we had. We had one of these Denatarian support, Yellow Bolt, really good. This is some Were Tiger card for DI, really good. Pale Moon support for end of stage. We have Hyaki Vogue, pretty good card for Murakumo, very essential in the deck build. Alice build or the Workeroid build for Pale Moon. We have Jiraiya for Murakumo. Claudius or Doreen for Shadow Paladins, very interesting card, some people run this. And we have this Spell Foxhound guy. He is a not really used card, but he might see some more use in the future. And of course we have the VR Silver Thorn Dragon Tamer Luquia. So yeah, that was pretty much the box opening. I hope you guys enjoyed, and stay tuned for the deck reviews that are coming out soon. And I'll see if I get my friends to do a video on their decks so that you can see what they have as well. Till next time, have fun, and remember, it's okay to play casual.